Hi, Capricorn. The Five of Fire, you're meant to keep fighting, so to speak. We have things are improving, but not without your co-creation here. So when the Five of Fire is in the position of what you're meant to do or keep doing or start doing, it's like, not that you're fighting, but you're kind of battling. Like it's kind of like a cautionary card in a way, like keep moving forward. Don't relax yet. In terms of whatever it is you've been fighting for in love, in romance. Keep putting yourself out there. The competition is still strong. If you are dating someone and you think that it's heading one way, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Don't just rest on your laurels here. Continue to put your best self out there is really the energy of that card. And if you are coupled, same thing. Continue to put your best self out there. Not that necessarily your partner is looking to someone else, but that the relationship needs your best self to be present here to improve the health of the relationship, the heart of the relationship. All right, now what you're meant to not do or stop doing, we have the Page of Earth. Very interesting energy. The Page of Earth is a beautiful card. It's an offer or an invitation for something to be longer lasting in your life in terms of love, but it's what you're not meant to do. And I will say, because it's flanked by two fiery energies, we have the Five of Fire and we have the Ace of Fire. And then what you're meant to not do is the Page of Earth. And so I'm kind of feeling like for you, Capricorn, like don't get too heavy-handed here is how it's feeling to me. Allow some playfulness, some passion. Again, we have the Strength card, which is associated with Leo, the fiery energy, the Sun, fire, Sun. Keep things fast moving. Don't get too Capricorn-like. Capricorn's a very heavy, earthbound sign. Beautiful stability and strength there. But during the month of December, there's a lightness here. You have to be more adaptable in the month of December. Because the Page of Earth is an offering that's very sort of long-lasting and stable, and usually, it's something that we want. But in this case, we're asking Capricorns to look at where you might want to consider not continuing to do that. Keep things more fast-moving. Be more flexible is how it's coming in for me. That will help improve things. Don't be so rigid is how it's feeling for me, for you here, Capricorn. And don't be so hesitant also. So I'm feeling this. The Page of Earth here, in terms of this card in this deck, he's like unsure. He's like, where do I go next? What do I want to do next? He's contemplating things too long here. So don't contemplate things too long. Be willing to move quickly, right? Because what you can look forward to regardless is the Ace of Fire. Could be an invitation here for a passionate night, let's say. A passionate new relationship here. But again, the focus is on passion, not stability, not long-lasting, heavier kind of energy. Doesn't mean that it can't transform into that. But in the month of December, keep things moving. Keep things creative. Again, you might be very, very popular, especially if you're single. So allow that energy in. Don't try to make something, don't try to make a relationship out of something that's more playful yet. It may develop into that. Things are improving if that's what you're wanting. But in the month of December, don't focus on that. And be open, again, to, this idea of openness for you, because of this being in the position of what you're meant to not do or stop doing. Don't be so heavy-handed. Don't keep expecting to see the evidence of things. Trust in your intuition. Play more. This invitation to play. The Five of Fire is also a play, but it's a little bit of competitive play. It's got that edge to it, It's not necessarily bad. Sometimes we see this card as like a competition or a battle, and sometimes we immediately think that's kind of a negative. It's kind of pejorative, but in this case, it's not. It's meant to play in the game of love, so to speak, in the game of passion, but putting your best self forward. Don't just, come home and sit on the couch like you normally do. Mix things up a little bit here. That's what will help with the improvement. and help will make you more popular, help you understand that you have a deeply passionate carnal side that you are meant to enjoy and employ here. So we have the Ace, again, fiery energy, possibly an invitation to passion, maybe even like a one-night stand or a call. It doesn't have to be a one-night stand necessarily, but a call from someone late in the evening possibly, or your partner in that way. And we have the Magician card. Again, this goes back to this idea of not trying to make things what they're not, but we'll get to that in a second. All right, so what you're meant to do or start doing or continue to do, Capricorn, in terms of the bedroom is the Seven of Swords. For me, in this, some people see this card as a cheater card, so it's not saying cheat, but you are being meant to be clever here. Don't show all your cards. Again, keep some mystery about you. Put your best self out there. Don't divulge everything and don't show up in your sweats. Like, this is who I am, accept me as I am, kind of thing. This is not the time for that. This is the time to be clever. Don't display all your cards. Again, it's in terms of the bedroom, like, don't have a one-night stand with someone and start, I hate to say one-night stand, I don't know why it keeps coming up in that way. I don't usually use that terminology, but it's what's present. So, you may have an opportunity here for a night of passion, and here you're being asked to be stealthy about it. So that, because of what you're meant to not do here, don't start, don't engage in a night of passion and then start planning your wedding kind of thing. It's okay to be a little elusive. Capricorns are usually very upfront, very open individuals. And so in the bedroom in the month of December, Capricorn, you're being asked to play it a little closer to your chest. Play your cards a little closer to your chest. What you're meant to not do or stop doing is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm going to read it this way for you. In the upright, it is about giving, more humanitarian kind of feel to it, helping others, and it's in the reverse here. So, and you're meant to not do this. And so it may be that you are, or have been, there may have been a trend here that you are being asked to not do or to stop doing, of either giving out of balance to where you're not receiving, or the reverse. So you're meant to not do this or stop doing this. So, being fair. Okay, so this is how it's coming in. So it's in the reverse. So don't do this where you're not being fair to others. Because, again, it goes back to this idea of being open and being flexible. And, again, it's Pentacles energy, so it's heavier energy. So make sure that you're being fair to others and you are giving equally to others as well as receiving, because there's an energy here of openness, of flexibility, of moving quickly, of being adaptable. And so don't be in this energy of it has to be one way or one way only. I give in this way and this person is supposed to give back to me in this way. It's very heavier, linear, progressional energy with that. Giving for a reason, during the month of December, just be as fiery and passionate as you want to be, not in order to get anything back or to, have the scorecard, I gave you and you give me. Just do what you want to do because it feels good and the other person enjoys it, and not with any agenda in mind, I guess is how it's coming in here. And then what you can look forward to regardless, Capricorn, beautiful energy, the Ten of Cups, loyalty, sincerity, open-hearted sharing with one another in the bedroom. An idea of feeling just flowing in the sea of contentment and enjoyment here. And how you get there is through your openness. Now, I will say the openness here in the bedroom is also an openness with not everything revealed, right? So the openness is about the movement, not necessarily open like I tell you everything, but open in that you are adaptable, you're flexible, you're fast moving, you are more spontaneous. You're still a little mysterious because the competition is still kind of steep, even if it's within a coupling. We all go through periods within a couple where things aren't as possibly passionate as they always are. There's an ebb and flow. And so it may be that in this period, you're being asked to really hold your spouse's or partner's attention. And you do that through your your mysteriousness, again, the spontaneity, doing what's unexpected kind of thing. And that's how you get to this, which is, everyone feeling, wow, this is really great, everyone's on the same page here in terms of the bedroom, which is really, really nice. Now, even if you don't engage in physical or sexual intimacy in the month of December, if you're single, it's okay. You still have around you friends and family, and you have a certain degree of contentment knowing that you are being your best self. And if that includes physical partnership, sexual intimacy, great. If not, you're still feeling a sense of, yeah, I'm still my best self. I still have a lot of people in my life who I love to be with and who love me. So that's really, really beautiful for you. Again, I'm going to say briefly about the Magician card in reverse. This speaks to someone who is kind of pretending that they are someone they're not. And this is why it's going to be important for you to be aware of that. This idea of the false identity. I think it goes back to what I was saying with, be stealthy. It's okay sometimes to be different than how you normally are. And this is what's occurring here, possibly. I'm not really worried about the Magician in reverse. Sometimes it can be problematic because it can speak to kind of someone who is faking it and they don't really have the skills necessary. But in this love reading, I don't really see it as a problem. It may be more that there's some trickery because the Magician is a very trickster kind of energy. And with that Seven of Swords a little bit and all this fiery energy, it may be that energy of the trickster coming in during the month of December where you're really kind of mixing things up. What you're not doing is the slow and steady, practical, I do this and then I do this and then I do this and that leads to this. Everything's working out equally. I give to you, you give to me. In the month of December, it's more about the play and the passion and the spontaneity and the popularity, allowing the sexual attractions that we have, even if we're in partnership, to fuel us to improve the current relationship we have rather than going outside that relationship. You get the message, I think, here, Capricorn. Anyway, some lovely energies for you. I hope you find that helpful. I hope you have a very passionate and wild and wonderful December. I wish you much love and happy holidays, happy New Year.